Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in. Cascade!
Aratani and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and commission prints for Yai Publishing House were bound.
Very good.
We have already received word from Apekusu and Sailing Breeze that the materials are all in place for Shogun Almighty Reborn as Raiden with Unlimited.
Well done. And what about you, Onodera? Ahem. Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady Ai. Everything is ready for the new...
You are the one who organized the plans for this release party. In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please. Besides, there's no need to be nervous. This project is destined for success. I feel quite optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the opportunity to have a good rest.
Yes, Lady Ai. Thank you very much.
All right then. Is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time. Hello, little ones. I take it you have received my commission.
Some organizer you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting back to the Grand Narukami? You weren't thinking of dumping all the festival preparations on us, were you? If so, then you can forget it! Paimon won't accept such a commission!
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm not doing my job. Let me ask you, little ones. Whoever said that the festival must involve the
Huh? But isn't that a gift?
Yes, that is true. But now that the Sakoku decree has been lifted, Inazuma is no longer the same nation that... Therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time, we'll be holding an international cultural festival, distinctly Inazuman, but with a... I suppose I should start by telling you the... Legend has it that there were 5 poets in ancient Inazuma. Every year, one of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun for review, which would then spark culture discussion. Thanks to them, Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained great as time passed. People began creating various tales based on the 5 kasen. The Iridori Festival was also developed as a result to show appreciation for their...
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, with the flow of time, which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori Festival, holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But, wait a minute! Light novels?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage, but nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using... Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to all Teyvat through light novels. As they say, it's too...
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly... Come on, Miko! You can't fool us. We know you by now. This...
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novel, well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a...
Maybe a little. Oh!
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that there we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks. During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there'll also be exclusive giveaway. This small plaza in front of the International Trade Association will be called the Five Kasen Plaza during the festival, and nearby shops will be selling special light novel.
Wow. How'd your Paimon put this? It's definitely not your typical... Huh.
Yes, those are...
Ah, Lady I did mention that there would be some reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. It appears... At last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to...
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. Seeing...
Come now, Aya. We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Iridori Festival originated from the... This Iridori Festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku Decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts. Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally... For example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as a guide for our guests. I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while this arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated times.
It's settled then. My, look at the time. During the festival, most of the Yai Publishing House's editors will be staying near the
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention.
All the details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us. Let's take a closer look and be sure to pick up the passengers according to...
Crowdsourcing competition is now underway. Take part and win prizes.
This Jinyu everyone keeps talking about.
I have to study.
According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving from Mondstadt today. The artists for the 5 Kassen portraits should be on board. The boat should be arriving soon, so let's head down to the docks.
Yes, that's right. We are bards from Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh inspiration here.
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's... Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Do you think he didn't Why's that? Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Venti no longer rules over Mondstadt, he's still an Archon. If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it seem a little childish, it would also sort of be shameless of him too.
Miss Honorary Knight, Paimon!
It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Iridori Festival?
No, Albedo's the one who received the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to...
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Irodori Festival...
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 Kassen!
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx. Oh, by the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is?
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there too.
Great. Let's get going then.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into others. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not the best idea. As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even more excited now that we've... Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. Well, Mr. Hiroyama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the 5 Kassen today. That way, I could better visualize the content for my paintings.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kassen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired.
So when do the paintings have to be done by?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one...
The day after tomorrow? And you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations the same day I received the manuscript. I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know how well they turned out.
Paimon isn't sure if she should feel sympathetic for your working conditions, or...
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference materials in advance, so that I can be better prepared.
Oh, right! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be around the Outlander Affairs Agency these next few... Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hirayama's over there too! We'll take you over there to see if we can...
Alright, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the International Trade Association.
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera... Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so...
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Ugh. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found...
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation.
Sorry to interrupt, but...
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry.
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hirayama is...
Oh, hold on a second. Excuse me. But you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5...
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about it. I do apologize, but please, make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hirayama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go...
Well...
Excuse me, but...
Huh?
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hirayama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something to add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still after considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if...
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said. Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Iridori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So the Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse.
What? The books are...
Shh, not so loud. Not only is this book an eagerly anticipated release in the last phase of the Iridori...
Because of the dire situation, Mr. Hirayama immediately hurried to the warehouse to determine whether the theft was related to that suspicious...
I see. It would be a great misfortune if a Legend of Sword would... If Mr. Hirayama has gone to the warehouse at the docks, then I'll go down...
Yanyi? Sounds like a name from Liyue.
I have not met him personally, but the editors said that he is actually the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild family in Liyue. Oh, do you know him?
Whoa, that's a real twist! Paimon never would have guessed that Xingqiu would be publishing a light... But enough about that. Xingqiu would definitely be upset if he... Let's accompany Albedo to...
To request a fan-fiction booth, please apply here.
It's you!
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course.
No, Sara, Paimon wasn't talking about you! So, Tone-Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the...
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is... indeed me.
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Listen, Sara. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft. But what's this about being a stowaway?
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect, and just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze. If it would help shed any light on the situation, then
Oh, Venti! You didn't...
Ouch! Your words wound me! We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grilling questions and suspicious glares. You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard. You of all people should be more understanding, don't—
Similar means?
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's unlikely.
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting dandelion wine. So, naturally, I decided to set sail with them. Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. I must have fallen asleep, and when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryou Commission General glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, this story is quite believable. But
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA publishing house, and there are some questions I would like to ask you. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time now. If that's the case, did you happen to hear anything unusual?
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times, but I didn't consider the sound anything out of—
But if you clearly heard something, why didn't you—
Huh? What did you know?
When it comes to burglars, they are generally associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Venti— As for the sound of footsteps, because this is a warehouse where many goods are coming in and out—
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one.
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw at least three. First, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights on the books from the very beginning. Second, the culprit was very familiar with the warehouse, and might even have a key. I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short window of time. It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not much—
Yes, I agree with your reasoning. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryou Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff.
Yes, understood. I'll leave it—
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether your arrival in Inazuma—
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me—
Sarah's quite the meticulous one. So,
yes, the invitation letter. I'm—
how?
Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring any luggage with me, and the letter was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept it in my hand the whole trip. Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink, I know that I kept it in a secure place.
If you were holding the invitation in your hand the whole time, then why did you put it—
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time.
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be. Have you figured it out, Traveler?
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon. Do you two are—
Ah, yes! I remember now.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to stay. Now, if you'll excuse me.
There goes Sara. All right, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama.
Mr. Hirayama, I'm Calx. We had originally—
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived in Inazuma only to— These are the materials regarding the 5 Kassen. All the information
Let's see here. Yes, it's just as I had suspected. Monikers, though there were once many stories regarding each of the 5 Kassen, the validity of their but at the very least, we know that most of the stories were written according to a similar—
So, is the info still useful for your paintings, Albedo?
To some extent, yes. However, I must admit that it is still lacking and fails to fulfill the most crucial element.
I am sorry that this information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped. However, it is not though Lady Yai did say that there are many variations of the story about the 5 Kasen, and everyone has a different story in their heart. So all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart, and...
That does sound like something Miko would say.
Thank you, Mr. Hirayama.
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to ask about. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Genyu, the author of A Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma by boat. If you see him, please do not mention the stolen novels for the time being. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the Yae Publishing House will do its best to ensure that the novel's release is a success. You have my gratitude.
Well, seems there's nothing more we can do here. Huh? Betty? What are you...
Traveler, Albedo, would you mind coming over here?
What is it, Venti? A piece of paper?
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse this morning, I discovered this. I didn't think much of it then. I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen into the car. But on second thought, I think it's worth having you take a look at.
Let me see. Suiko chapter. Wait a minute.
The story told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipsy and letting some poems that were meant. This story sounds familiar to my ear.
Seriously? It's literally the same
Oh, indeed it is.
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal. But why leave the paper here in such a fashion? And if the one who left it here was a witness, why didn't they attempt to stop the burglar?
All right, let's not get ahead. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start of the day, let us find an inn with good drink to keep our thirst at bay.
Hey! You just sobered up and let's not forget that Albedo still has a portrait to complete. We don't have time to be slacking off.
No, it's fine. Let's all go for it.
Wait a minute. What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. And now, it seems I've found my source of inspiration. If I use a model as reference for the piece, we must pay him back with the appropriate recompense.
In that case, we'll need... One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Wow, you really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening ceremony.
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, Tone Deaf Bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who will be your...
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one?
Another storm?
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another paper with tales of the 5 Kasen.
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also, there are some points for example, The reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures. It appears that throughout all the stories, there is never a chapter dedicated to Kuronushi.
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt. So for now, we need but...
Everything's in...
What a coincidence. I was wondering where I might be able to find... Well, can't I come and see you? And alright, as much as I'd like to sit and chat with you, before bringing Klee here, I told her many stories about Inazuma. However, I've got other things to do in Inazuma this time, besides painting the portraits of the 5 Inazuma is not like Mondstadt. I can't just let Klee wander off by herself when I'm busy with other things. She hasn't complained, but fortunately,
Yay! Miss Honorary Knight's here! What you talking about, Miss Honorary Knight? Yeah! But Albedo is really big.
Aw, Klee, you're such... Paimon's very thoughtful, thank you very much. Paimon always thinks of you whenever she's eating a delicious slime. Anyway, it is pretty cruel not to let Klee go out when she was so excited to come here. Yep. Allow the almighty traveler and dependable Paimon to bring Klee on a tour of Inazuma.
Klee, do you want to go play with Miss On?
Yay!
As you know, Klee is our Spark Knight. You must keep her safe and sound. By which I mean, for instance, if a mountain in Inazuma was to lose one of its peaks, or if there were an explosion, glad to hear it.
I promise I'll bring you back an awesome souvenir.
Great. I look forward to it.
There are loads of cool things to do in Inazuma. Try the local cuisine, visit a shrine,
Cuisine? What's that?
You know, food and drink. Paimon just meant we could take you to a local restaurant.
A restaurant? Yay! Not to... Wow, something smells so good. Miss Honorary...
It's not noodly soup. It's tonkotsu ramen at...
Oh, so,
You're kidding, right? Those are tri-flavored skewers.
and what about...
That's an egg roll. They're amazing.
Wow, tonkotsu ramen, tri-flavored skewers, and egg rolls.
They sure are. Guess you're not from around here if you haven't tried any of these before. Let me buy you an egg roll with my allowance so you can get a taste of our Inazuman food.
Really? But Master Jean said I shouldn't go taking other people's things.
Also, that's It's your allowance, right? Taking another kid's allowance just seems kind of wrong.
Oh, I remember you. You're Yoimiya's friend. How come you know how to make egg rolls?
Egg rolls are a piece of cake for this gal. Why don't you make some? Really? All right, we'll be waiting on...
Miss Honorary Knight?
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
Miss Honorary Knight, what do...
Wow, you really? It's sweet. Yep. It's delicious.
Yeah, these egg rolls are pretty good. Who is Yoimiya? She makes egg rolls too? Yoimiya can do anything. She tells stories, keeps goldfish. Yoimiya's pretty much the best.
For me, the best, most awesome person in the world is my mom. And Klee knows loads of other great people too, like Mr.
Oh, well, I don't know any of those people. But anyway, in most festivals, Yoimiya's so busy that you can never find her. But this festival's different. She seems like she hasn't been in a great mood recently.
Okay, let's go play.
Sad. Yesterday, I won 3 beetle fights in a row against that guy.
Wow, Matsuzaka. Nice work. It's not... Don't worry, Yoimiya. Maybe you can't light fireworks during the Iridori Festival, but I know. Thanks, you guys.
Yoimiya, it's me. I want to introduce you to a new friend, an Outlander girl.
Nice to meet you, Klee. I'm Yoimiya, and I run Naganahara Fireworks. I love the cute outfit, with the hat and the cool little symbols. So unique. And your back...
That's a 4-leaf clover. Mom and Master Jean said it can bring me good luck.
Really? That's awesome! Also, that little fairy on your backpack is super cute.
That's Dodoko, my best friend. We always go fish blast.
Oh.
Yep. My mom says that when a Dodoko is born, it flies.
Ride the wind and go off on a big adventure? Klee?
Yep, my mom is the best and most. And Yoimiya, Iwao was right. Here.
Thanks, Klee. I feel like we...
It's so heartwarming.
Hey, Klee! Since you like four-leaf clover so much, why don't I...
Yeah! And after the fireworks... hold on a second. Fish blessing? No way! Albedo was...
Oh, oops. I get so... The folks from the Yashiro Commission specifically warned me that no...
What? It's not... Hey, come on! You just made a new friend! This is a happy occasion. Yeah! We still have loads of things we can do, right? Just like Saika said.
What do you say, Klee? Sounds like the Irodori Festival could be a real blast.
Oh!
I still think we should change it. This part is a bit more...
Here we are, the venue of the Irodori Festival. Look at
Outlander Brigade. When the wind of death blew towards the blonde samurai? Oh, what a long name.
by Kawabunga
Who's this Kawabunga? It's pronounced Kayabuki Ike. That would be me. Outlander Brigade is a new series of mine, and when the wind of death blew towards the blonde samurai...
Outlanders. Kaya says that every good story has...
Absolutely not. I would never... This is a book about betrayal, blood, and tears. A long and lonely struggle. A stubborn samurai's path to the truth. This is the kind of...
Oh, is that right? Well...
Hey, miss! Don't go! Are you sure you don't want a copy?
Flowers for Princess Fischl.
That's right! Flowers for Princess Fischl. Have you read this book before, Klee?
Nope. But Fischl always hangs out with Oz. Everyone in the adventure. I wonder if...
Oh, Klee, I'm afraid it can't be helped. There are a lot of...
Darn. It seems like even the Irodori Festival can't cheer... There must be plenty of things...
Yeah, like, Wait, so that's what you're suggesting?
That's right! The Irodori Festival is a place for putting your work on display. You could show Dodoko's story for everyone here! Bingo! Mr. Albedo taught me how to paint.
That's very imaginative. We could even put the finished...
Yay! Great!
Perfect. Okay, so I have some paper, paintbrushes, and paint at the shop. Let's...
Yay! Let's go! Let's go! Those two can run so fast when they're motivated. We better catch up.
Klee and I just had a discussion.
We're gonna keep the content of the story a secret from you guys for now. Obviously, I can't tell you why. You can keep exploring the festival while we're busy in the shop. Come on, Yoimiya, we should get going. Let's go inside and start painting. Aw, Paimon was hoping that we could all paint together. Actually, Paimon's got it. So, what does Dodoko do? Dodoko goes to eat tri-flavored. Ooh, that sounds great! Is that what you're Once you're done painting, let's go get it printed. We'll print a whole bunch of copies. Although it'll cost a lot more to get it printed. It's okay, Yoimiya. I have some Mora. Look! 50 Mora is probably... Well, if we don't have it... Miss Honorary Knight has helped a lot already. I don't want to trouble her, so... I think I should just go fish blasting to earn... no fish blasting. Paimon... Oh... Then we've got... Who's Mr... He's my older brother. He's super duper smart. He can do anything. And he knows how to paint, too. He paints Hilly Charles, Kaya, and even Dodoko. Oh, is that right? Then I guess Mr. Albedo... An artist? Oh, that means he has 2 jobs. One as an alchemist, teaching Sucrose alchemy, and Yoimiya, let me show you something. Mr. Albedo taught me you can paint Dodoko. Wow, I can see the resemblance. All right. Hey, you can even write the story over here to explain. Okay, let's write the... Oh, shoot! Paimon didn't hear the last part. Dodoko sure had a lot of fun in Inazuma. Those two sound like they really did go on an event. Now, we have to get Dodoko's story printed. Here we are. This is the Yae Publishing House. Yae Publishing House. Ooh, it's Auntie Aratani. I know Auntie Aratani.
Auntie? Who's that calling me Auntie? Oh, it's the little girl who came with Mr. Cat. How can I help you, little girl?
Auntie Aratani, can you help me get Dodoko's...
Dodoko?
Oh, not only that, Dodoko is also real. Look.
Huh? I don't quite...
We'd better explain this to her.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'd love to help you make this wish come true, but... I'm sorry. The deadline has passed for...
Auntie, are you saying Dodoko?
Oh, I'm sorry, little...
Oh, Klee, don't be upset. You still have me and the Traveler. Miss Aratani, is there... And we can pay extra. And if you're short on staff to help with the printing, I can pitch...
Miss Yoimiya, I understand we've been printing many people's personal works for this festival, and a lot of the books are already well behind schedule. At a time like this, we really can't squeeze any more...
What do we do? Seems like...
No, I won't let that happen. I remember this one time when I was little. Pop said he'd take me to the festival, but he was so busy. I waited and kept wondering when Pop... That night, I cried miserably. If we can't get it printed, then I can paint. Over the next few days, I'll paint as many as I can. My. Yoimiya has quite a determined spirit. I like it very much.
It's Miko and Albedo too.
We heard everything.
Oh, Lady Yae.
It's okay, I know. You were just following the rules. But our mission at Yae Publishing House is to bring dreams and happiness to the masses. It would be a crying shame if we couldn't even help one. Let me think. Oh, I know. Yoimiya, little girl, you can print your book, but on what?
Of course, Lady Guji. Just tell us.
Dear me, it's nothing that horrendous. All I mean is, if you want to get your work printed now, there is only one way. You have to combine it with another print. However, there is only a small amount of space remaining in the book in question. Your book is too big. Is this a sacrifice that you're willing to make?
Klee, Lady Guji is saying that we can print the book if we shrink it to half the— Yup, I am! Thanks, Miss Guji lady!
What an adorable little girl. Well, that settles it.
Yes, Lady Ai. I'll get right on it.
Combining the prints is a plausible solution, but it'll cause a lot of extra work for the print.
No problem. Just think of it as my greeting gift. Besides, the Yai Publishing House will need your help with the illustrations again next time, Mr. Calx. You could also consider it. All right, I won't disturb you two any longer. Bye-bye now.
Yay! Everything worked out perfectly. Now, we—
Yoimiya, Traveler, thank you for keeping
No worries.
Yes, you're right. Klee is family.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed.
Look, Miss Honorary Knight, Auntie Aratani brought us Dodoko's story. Now we can finally see what secrets Klee and Yoimiya were keeping from us. Oh, it's really nothing that exciting. It's the story of Dodo and me and you guys. This is Paimon's.
Of course we included Paimon. This is the story of
This story is me and Yoimiya's gift for Miss
Lady Yai wanted me to inform you that since this book was printed together with another work, we won't charge you a printing fee, but in exchange, the extra copies of your book will be included as a free gift with purchase.
Oh, are you sure? It's
Actually, the book that yours was printed with is called the Tevat Travel Guide.
So, Klee's mother is right?
Klee's mother, Alice, is a renowned adventurer in Tevat, and the Inazuma edition of her popular Tevat Travel Guide series is set to be released in. Lady Yae has already decided on how to promote it. A joint endeavor by Tevat's biggest and...
Paimon knew it. Mika would never do anything.
A typical move by Lady Yae.
Yup. I'm super happy because my book gets to be released together with... Oh, I'm so glad I came.
Don't miss the official stall of the Yai Publishing House.
Please be mindful of your personal safety at all times.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Right here, right now. emerge. Right here.
There is no escape!
Gather! The depth beckon!
Right now, emerge.
Solidify! This is order!
Shine down!
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
Stabilize!
Right now, emerge.
Illusion shattered!
Be still. Kamisato on. Suiyu! Stabilize!
There is no escape!
Right now, right here, emerge.
The passenger ship from Liyue that we're supposed to meet should be arriving soon. Let's go to the docks. You know that Shinjo will be on board, right? So we should be careful not to say anything about the stolen novels.
All yours, should you have any use for them.
Illusion shattered!
Stabilize!
I'm always watching. Right now, right here, emerge.
I will have order.
Stabilize! Be still. Mind the deluge.
Right now.
Solidify!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them.
Let's get down to business.
Emerge, right here. Emerge.
Order guide you. Gather.
Illusion shattered. A sight to behold. Right now, right here, right now.
The depths beckon.
Finally, No.
Emerge, right now.
Gather.
Torn to oblivion. Right here. Emerge, right here.
Gather. Cascade.
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge, right now. Emerge.
That cat can talk.
The guild assignment must not get delayed.
Boat. Are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And
This is order. Stabilize.
Right here. Emerge. Right now.
There is no escape! Illusion shattered!
Emerge. Right now.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to.
You must be visiting from Liyue to participate in the Iridori Festival. We'll be your guides, and we'll take you... Huh? Is it Paimon, or have we met somewhere before?
Yes, in fact we have. I'm Shu from Feiyun Commerce Guild. Aboard this ship we have calligraphers, painters, and even players of theater. The inventor of Theater Mechanicus previously came to the Feiyun Commerce Guild seeking investment. We heard that they'd be demonstrating the game and letting people try Theater Mechanicus at the Iridori Festival. So the guild manager instructed Master and I to take the opportunity to come to Inazuma and investigate...
Oh, speaking of...
Master, he's,
Whoa! Xingqiu's just sitting there, sound asleep.
What? Oh. It's the Traveler and Paimon. I presume you're guests?
Oh, we aren't actually guests. We're actually guides for the Iridori Festival.
Please, no need to worry. I was a little too caught up in a novel on the voyage here. When I find... yes, now that we've arrived, the Kanjo Commission will likely wish to inspect our... Huh? That's odd. There was a piece of paper underneath my bag.
Ooh, let Paimon... Oh, there's no doubt about it. It's from the same series as the story with...
The story you found before?
Oh, yeah! In the warehouse down by the... Yeah, that's it! A friend of ours is on retail to paint portraits of the 5 Kasen. You know, as part of the Iridori Festival. If you can find one of the stories and give it to this friend of ours, then there...
Wait a moment. So you mean that...
Hey! It's hard coming up with stuff on the spot like...
There's a chance of meeting Calx in person?
Huh?
Really? That's wonderful! I knew that Calx would attend the Irodori Festival, but convincing my father to let me come to Inazuma was proving to be quite the high hurdle. I had to really rack just a few days later. Word then came that Calx would be busy painting It is a most rare opportunity for both Calx and I to be in Inazuma together, but it seemed he would be too busy.
Don't worry, Xingqiu. Even though Calx has work to do, he still has time to see friends. We can take it. Also, we heard that Calx did illustrations for your alleged...
So you've already heard. To be honest, my works have drawn little interest in Liyue. However, the novels are selling quite well in Inazuma. Calx is not only a skilled artist, but he also carries out his craft with great alacrity. I heard that it took him merely a few hours to... But when I looked at the art, the brushwork did not even look the slightest bit rushed. His work is... Oh my! I was beginning to get carried away there. Let us depart. Quickly now.
Luckily, the idea of meeting Albedo managed to draw Xingqiu's attention and keep the situation under wraps.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you?
You must be Calx. It's a great pleasure to finally meet you. Forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen.
And you may call me Albedo, then.
No, that would be...
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides, we've already corresponded with...
It's not just you, Albedo. We haven't seen Xingqiu act this awkward before either.
You guys, it's certainly no. By the way, we happened to find a story from the poem hunt competition.
You know, that thing where we have to find pieces of paper with stories of the 5 Kassen? Venti found one, and then he was allowed to be a model for one of...
Huh? Oh. Oh, I understand. understand the story now. Thank you. It's very helpful.
Splendid. Though, I'm still piecing together the story myself.
If all of you are free, why don't we discuss...
Well...
Do you have other plans, Shin?
No, not at all. Speaking of dining...
Shimura's. Unfortunately, today...
That's perfectly fine with me. But I must first unpack my luggage.
Huh? No way! Paimon thinks we acted well!
No, Paimon, I'm not referring to us.
Huh? Xingqiu's suspicious.
Paimon, you read the poem, right? Although it may seem confusing to Xingqiu on its own, what if we read it together with the previous...
Read them together? Suiko lost Aoi no Okina's poem in a drunken stupor. So, Aoi no Okina recovered the poem and gave it to some mysterious person. Huh? Wait a minute. Could today's story be hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A Legend of Sword? No way! That can't be right!
And that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had only just arrived in Inazuma, how could he recommend Shimura's Chazuke? Moreover, he didn't raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather. This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Are you saying that Xingqiu has already been in Inazuma?
Yes, that is indeed my...
But how could Xingqiu be the book thief? His mission is to fight for justice, isn't it? There's no way he'd do something against...
Calm down, Paimon. Even though this is the first time I've met Xingqiu in person, we've communicated via letters for some time now. I think there must be some deeper motive at play here. The story also tells us that Aoi no Okina flees with a poem because of a...
Oh? Could Xingqiu...
It's difficult to say at this point. But given that Uyu Restaurant is indoors, it'll be easy for us to detect anyone following or eavesdropping on us. I think it should be safe for us to talk there. I'll be relying on your assistance to get to the bottom of this matter. Good. Then let's head... I don't see anyone suspicious around. It seems clear for the moment.
Oh, this whole thing's starting to make Paimon...
First, we must ascertain whether Xingqiu was already in Inazuma or not. If we can find evidence of him deceiving us, since we're still waiting for him, why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and...
Albedo, what should we talk about when Xingqiu gets here?
If he really is hiding something...
Oh, come to think of it, Xingqiu mentioned that he'd like to thank you for...
Is that so?
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant.
Young customers recently.
The last phase of the Irodori Festival is when they release the all-new publication.
That's right. A signed first edition is gonna...
I've seen Gen Yu's signature before. His handwriting is super...
He'll be there in person on the day of...
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that? Not only will Xingqiu be signing novels at the release, but his hand...
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me if you want to order.
Hello there. What can I...
Hi! Do you have any special...
Why, of course. I personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these
So the weather at sea has...
It sure has. A few guests from Liyue were just telling me that their boat was heaving and rolling all the way.
Oh, this...
Uyu Restaurant. Please, talk to me if you want to order.
That was delicious. Inazuma cuisine largely consists of fresh sea...
That's good. We were worried you might not have an appetite because you didn't. Now's our chance. Let's talk to Shincho and see if he says anything useful. Maybe we could start by asking him about...
Well, I've never embarked on such a long journey before. Though I was quite excited when we set off, the long days at sea quickly became most monotonous.
Speaking of the journey,
Well, to be honest, I spent most of the trip with my nose...
Well, that didn't tell us much. By the way, Shincho...
Oh, I was reading a novel called Pretty Please Kitsune...
Didn't you feel dizzy while reading on...
It was nothing I couldn't handle. Don't forget, I'm proficient in the arts of the Guhua clan. That being said, there were quite a few people aboard who felt...
Well, they're...
To be honest, there wasn't much to see. Just water all around. So, when the peak of Mount Yogo finally... However, the ship...
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious, so... Oh, right!
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Shincho.
While it is entertaining to read novels, you must give great thought to every detail. From the layout of the plot, and even when you have come up with interesting content, there's still no...
I couldn't agree more. Whether it's writing a book, creating art, or studying alchemy, seldom can you really feel joy after...
Shincho and Albedo are getting into some deep topics now. But nothing suspicious has come up.
Speaking of illustrations, Albedo, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing that my novel didn't sell well in Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding its potential. Yet you've consistently managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations.
Thank you. However, I took light novel illustrations are typically...
Well, that scene was intended to depict the change...
Doesn't sound like...
No, there was a crack in his alibi. My illustrations were sent for printing the moment they arrived in Inazuma. So, logically speaking... Shincho, we have something very important to ask you now.
Oh? Why the solemn looks all of a sudden? Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Okazaki told us earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days. So when you said that everyone came running to the deck to see Mount Yogo, that couldn't have happened!
On top of that, the latest installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Irodori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy. If that's the case...
well...
The jig's up, Shincho. You were already in Inazuma. Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth? Don't worry. The Traveler and Albedo are...
No, please... I
I suppose my lack of sleep is inevitably taking its toll on my mind. I did in fact come to Inazuma early to handle some things. Let me consider how to explain this.
Oh, well, if this isn't a coincidence. Huh? Tone-deaf bard, what?
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines. I didn't...
I knew you couldn't pass it.
Says who? In fact, I just bumped into Kujo Sara a moment ago. She said that the Tenryou Commission has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of a... Huh? The criminal who stole... did I say something? Oh no. The person they apprehended. Was it by chance an editor named Onodera? Apologies, Kujo Sara didn't mention a name. But... Everyone, it's too late to explain. We must make haste... Please, wait!
Oh, so you must be the author of A Legend of Sword.
Anyway, you mustn't take him away.
No need to worry, Genyu. I've just explained everything to Madame Kujo, and Kuroda has testified for me.
Yes. In fact, we were just...
Oh, you... Wait a minute.
Well, to be precise, we had dispatched 2 additional squads here. In order to...
Shinjo looks pretty flustered. What exactly is
Though it's most embarrassing, it appears quite a few people are... In the end, I'm the one
No, Genyu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. For the Iridori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by... Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yae Publishing, however, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance. As a result,
Yes, to be frank, calligraphy is not my strong point. So signing events are
Even though such an event will be difficult for Genyu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma. So these past few days, Genyu has been actively practicing his handwriting. However, it takes time to sign each book, and we realized the time we reserved for the signing was not... So I came up with the idea of moving the new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Genyu could use these few days to sign them all. I thought everything would work out without a hitch. I never expected that someone would immediately realize that the books were missing from them. To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Genyu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had turned into such a huge... All of this happened because I wanted the...
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want the readers to know of my unsight. Also, I knew that Onodera had been misled by one of my prior signatures. At a previous event, the Yae Publishing House had requested autographs of authors, so I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish and elegant... But, looking back on it now, I had dug myself into a hole by...
Hey, come on, you two. Loosen up a little. The theft was nothing more than a simple misunderstanding. Besides, everyone has...
Yeah, that's right.
Onodera, I think you should explain the truth regarding the stolen books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand.
We should probably be heading back to Rito as well.
Onodera, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be...
I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused.
Yes, Onodera, why didn't you tell everyone earlier? If you had told us, we could have thought of some ways to help you.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be helping.
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help Genyu with his signatures.
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working through the night these past few days, I've only finished perhaps 1/10 of the signature.
Oh, no wonder Shincho looked so...
I understand. Murata, go back to Yae Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant.
Yes, Mr. Hirayama. It just so happens that my brother is a calligrapher.
Yes, good idea. Ah, you've just reminded me. 2 calligraphers from Liyue are...
It seems I'm really in for it.
No need to worry, Zhenyu. I'm sure you can do it. Didn't you finish the last chapter of your novel?
Yes, but writing novels and learning calligraphy...
Even though Shincho still has to deal with his handwriting issue, I'm on some...
I always used to prefer working alone in my workshop, but I've come to realize that salt...
We also owe a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious
Huh? You mean whoever left behind those
Pardon me, but what are you talking about?
Oh, right. We haven't...
I see. It appears that Onodera and I were spotted when we were moving the books. Albedo, may I ask you one thing? Are you able... Not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to that story, but I also hope that...
No problem. Considering the similarities between the
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Albedo really is something. He finished the portrait of I wonder how Shincho's calligraphy training is going at Uyu restaurant. Hey, do you think whoever left... Oh, hello? Mr. Storyright? He's a friend of ours in the... Oh, what's it? It was just a cat. It's getting late now. Let's go back...
poetry...